Hello guys, how are you all doing? Welcome back to an exciting journey into the future of gaming. In this video, we'll be diving into the realm of upcoming games that have recently been announced, promising to take us on unforgettable adventures and push the boundaries of our imagination. From epic fantasy worlds to futuristic sci-fi landscapes, these games are set to captivate us with their stunning visuals, immersive storytelling, and innovative gameplay mechanics. So get comfortable, put on your headsets, and get ready to embark on a thrilling ride through the most anticipated titles of the gaming industry. Starting with number 10, we have The First Defendant. The First Descendant is a free third-person cooperative action RPG shooter featuring high-quality graphics. Experience the fun of strategic boss fights through 4-player co-op and various unique characters, exciting gunplay and looting. A variety of equipment is necessary for growth, and you can obtain them through clearing scenario missions within the game or in the world missions where cooperation is crucial and battles with huge bosses. The player becomes a descendant in the game and is given a mission to fight against the invaders for the survival of humans and to protect the Ingri continent. The player can experience a spectacular story by growing stronger through various missions and stories to finally discover the Descendants' secret. You can also feel the First Descendants' unique atmosphere through high-quality fields developed with Unreal Engine 5 and gain a new experience of reality and SF fantasy coexisting in one place. At number 9, we have another cool game named The Precinct. It was announced 2 months ago and is expected to release somewhere in 2024. In this game, you will have a top-down perspective like old-school Grand Theft Auto, but with enhanced graphics and detail. The Precinct is an immersive and intense crime-solving game that puts players in the shoes of a seasoned detective in a gritty and corrupt city. Set in a dystopian future, where law enforcement is struggling to maintain order, The Precinct challenges players to navigate a web of intrigue, deception, and moral dilemmas. As a detective, players will investigate a series of complex and interconnected cases, ranging from gruesome murders to high-stakes heists. The game offers a non-linear narrative, allowing players to make choices that shape the investigation and influence the outcome of the story. Every decision carries consequences, affecting relationships with colleagues, suspects, and the overall state of the city. Number 8. Rise of Ronin. Rise of Ronin is an upcoming action role-playing video game developed by Team Ninja and published by Sony Interactive Entertainment for the PlayStation 5. The game is scheduled for release in 2024. Rise of the Ronin lets players create a custom character. The combat features a wide array of weapons common during the Boshin War, such as katanas and various Boshin War firearms. The game features story choices at key moments in the game, allowing players to side or fight against various non-player characters, affecting the story. Number 7. Blight Survival. Blight Survival is a medieval cooperative extraction light pitting you and up to 3 other players against mortals and monsters in a desperate attempt to reach and destroy the source of the Blight, a deadly affliction that plagues the land. The game takes place in the no man's land between 2 desperate kingdoms in a ceaseless war. Within this purgatory, a new strain of blight has erupted from remains of the fallen. Fed and strengthened by the blood that has been spilled, it rapidly spreads, turning man into monster. As the people bleed, paralyzed by war, they have turned to you and your kin. Being the only ones willing, you've been tasked to venture forth and vanquish the all-consuming blight. Let's see what we have at number 6. RoboCop Rogue City. RoboCop Rogue City is a first-person shooter set in old Detroit. Playing as RoboCop, the player must clear the city of criminals, conduct investigations, and can also give out parking tickets. The game is set in between the films RoboCop 2 and RoboCop 3. Ann Lewis, RoboCop's police partner from the films, accompanies the player. Player is given various side quests throughout the game and can choose how to solve them, for example by selecting between different dialogue options. The outcome of these quests varies depending on the player's choices. For instance, the player can choose between using violence or a peaceful approach when seeking information from suspects. The overall storyline and ending are also altered depending on decisions made by the player. RoboCop's public trust score can be built up by interacting with citizens, also affecting gameplay. Number 5. Star Wars Outlaws. Star Wars Outlaws is a single-player, third-person action-adventure game set in the Star Wars universe. Set in an open world, the game will feature stealth and open combat, vehicle combat, space combat, and branching dialogue. Set between the events of The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, players take control of outlaw scoundrel Kay Vess and her companion Nix as they attempt one of the biggest heists the Outer Rim has ever seen. Number 4. Lost Soul Aside. Lost Soul Aside is an upcoming action role-playing hack-and-slash video game developed by Zero Games and published by Sony Interactive Entertainment for the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, and personal computers. Lost Soul Aside follows the story of Kaiser, a swordsman who finds himself fused with a symbiotic supernatural race called Arena. The game is set in a fantasy world ravaged by war. Lost Soul Aside is set in an open-world environment, which can be explored on foot or through magic. Combat incorporates Kaiser's swordsmanship and magic abilities that can be chained for combos. Number 3. Marathon. Marathon is going to be a sci-fi PvP extraction shooter. Marathon will find players engaging one another as cybernetic mercenaries known as runners, exploring a lost colony on the planet of Tau Ceti 4 in search of riches, fame, and infamy. Marathon is currently in development for PlayStation 5 and PC with full crossplay and cross-save. Number 2. Phantom Blade Zero. The gameplay in Phantom Blade Zero will consist of fast-paced melee battles as well as boss fights with more varied enemies. In the trailer released so far, some of the bosses appear to have long-ranged weapons, trick weapons, and even the ability to destroy environments. It's clear that Phantom Blade Zero is aiming for a more cinematic style than that of the games it's already being compared to. Because of this, expect semi-open world exploration, in-game cinematics that transition into fights, as well as an eccentric cast of characters. Number 1. Delta Force Hawk Ops. Delta Force Hawk Ops is a brand new cross-platform tactical shooter where you'll play the role of an operator tasked with accomplishing extreme missions through precise tactical planning and application. Alongside the campaign, the game will feature 2 multiplayer modes, Hazard Operations and Havoc Warfare. The first is an extraction mode, Alay Escape from Tarkov, and Warzone's DMZ mode. The second is large-scale PvP. So these were the top 10 upcoming PC console games that I wanted to share with you guys. If you are new here, then subscribe the channel and don't forget to press the bell icon, and I will meet you in my next video. Until then, goodbye.